Governor Pritzker's daily COVID briefing today focused on another painful issue, the state of the state's budget, in particular, the expected multi-billion-dollar deficit. WGN's Brona Tumulty has been breaking down the numbers for us.
And she joins us live outside the Thompson Center. Brona.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, normally at the press conferences here at the Thompson Center, the numbers are all centered on COVID-19 itself and the latest number of cases and the number of people that we have lost in the last 24 hours. And while we did get those numbers today, we also got some more startling ones as well, namely a projected $3.9 billion budget deficit and the unveiling of a plan to help tackle that would see more than $700 million in spending reductions for the 2021 fiscal year. Now, Governor Pritzker described the cuts as painful, but a first step to bridging the multi-billion-dollar gap. So where can all the money be saved? Well, the plan outlines a variety of measures to reduce spending, including a hiring freeze and freezes in grant money. The cuts would impact a variety of agencies, including agriculture, health and human services, and public safety, the latter earmarked for a reduction of more than $70 million. Now, we described some of the deficit as having been inherited from the previous administration, the problem then exacerbated by losses related to the pandemic to the tune of about $2 billion. Pritzker also lamented the failure of last month's fair tax proposal, which would have allowed the state to tax wealthier residents at a higher rate. That measure failed by about 53 to 47%.
Because tax fairness was taken off the table, there will be a real human impact here. And while we've scoured the budget for ways to cause the least pain, I'm sorry to say that we simply cannot prevent these losses from touching the real lives of our residents. I am continuing this conversation with leaders and members of the General Assembly on both sides of the aisle to identify their best ideas to make up the rest of the deficit and bring long-term stability and balance to our state's fiscal foundation.
Now, we did receive a statement a short time ago from Representative Jim Durkin about the budget shortfall, describing it as a self-inflicted budgetary disaster. His statement reads, Governor Pritzker, President Herman and Mike Madigan were repeatedly warned about the dire shortfalls in the fantasy budget that relied upon the passage of the graduated tax and a fingers-crossed hope for a federal bailout. Instead of living within our means, they attempted to trick voters into raising taxes and were sorely rejected by Democrat, Republican and independent voters across the state. We hope the governor uses his authority to call the General Assembly into session so that we can look to move Illinois forward by fixing the problems the Democrats have created. Now, Pritzker also saying today he is negotiating with the American Federation of State, County and Municipal Employees to reduce spending by $75 million through things like furlough days. In a separate statement, the union says in part, undoubtedly our state faces a severe fiscal crisis and action is urgently needed. However, it is grossly unjust to suggest that frontline state employees who have already sacrificed so much in our current public health crisis should bear an outsized share of the burden of fixing the state's fiscal crisis as well. Now, Pritzker did also say today that none of the measures outlined in that plan will affect the state's efforts to combat COVID-19. Well, live at the Thompson Center, Brona Tumulty, WGN News.